So one of the things that I like about this scripture is it gives us actions to actually take. It's letting us know that we can't just sit around and not actually do anything. But as being a believer, it's going to cause some actions on our own end. So when it says acts, if you're asking somebody something, that's an action. When it says seek, when you're seeking something, you're actually making some movements. You're looking. You're doing something to actually seek something. And then when it says knock, so if you're knocking on a door or something like that, then that's you actually making some action. That's you doing something. So that means you just can't sit around and just have God just drop everything to you. You actually have to do something. And once you actually do something, then He can actually operate through you. So it's a very important that we do these actions. So we should ask the Lord what it is that we actually need, what we actually want, what we will help us out in our daily lives. And when we ask Him these things in prayer, then this gives Him the opportunity to intervene on our behalf. Then it also tells us that we should actually seek Him. So when we're actually going through scriptures, reading our Bibles, this is a way of us actually seeking Him. When we're actually going to Bible studies and going to church meetings, or getting closer to Him by studying the Word with other people, this is a form of seeking Him. So once we start seeking Him, then we actually get to know Him and we get to know His will and His ways. And then also when we're actually knocking, when we're trying to get into a better, higher understanding of Him, and we're knocking at the door and we're saying, "Hey, Lord, let me in, let me draw closer, draw nearer to me, Lord," then He actually will come into us and He will actually dwell in us. So it's important that we actually knock. And by us knocking too, this is a form, and in another scripture, it lets us know that sometimes things get answered because people are more consistent. So when you're actually knocking, if you're knocking on a home, trying to get into a house or something, you're going to keep on knocking on that door until somebody actually answers the door, or you just give up and walk away because you realize nobody's there. But it's the same way with the Lord. If you keep on knocking on His door and you keep on coming to Him and you keep on knocking and saying, "Hey, Lord, can you let me in? Can you let me in?" then He'll go ahead and He'll let you in. Or if it's something that you're praying about, if you consistently pray about something, then He'll actually answer you. But I will also warn people to be careful what you actually ask for. Sometimes we ask for things, and then once we actually get those things, it's not what we actually are. Maybe it's what we want in the time that we have it in, but then over time we don't want it anymore. So be careful what you actually ask for. And then I've always heard preachers say the Lord answered prayers in three ways. It's yes, no, and wait for a while. So even if what you're asking for doesn't come to you right away, wait for a while and it shall actually come to pass. And you can possibly actually write down some of these things. Oftentimes, if you write them down, because sometimes you may actually forget, and then if you look back at your notes and you say, "Wow, you know what? This actually came to pass. I was asking for this, and it actually did happen." But this is a Right Way Wednesday. Enjoy your night.